It's funny how one of the world's biggest tech giants can still surprise everyone, even after a decade of flagship perfection. Because right now, Samsung is rewriting its own playbook. The Galaxy S26 lineup isn't just another yearly upgrade, it's a quiet revolution happening behind factory doors. Hidden meetings, canceled prototypes, and a phone lineup that looks nothing like what fans expected, all signs that something big is brewing for 2026. Hey everyone, welcome back. James here! If you enjoy deep dive tech stories like this, make sure to hit like, share this video, and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. All right, let's get into it. So here's where things start getting wild. A few months ago, everyone thought Samsung had its 2026 flagship lineup locked in. The standard model, the Plus, and an ultra thin edge version meant to rival Apple's rumored Air. But suddenly, everything changed. Leaks began vanishing, internal model codes got pulled from production trackers, and sources started hinting that Samsung wasn't just tweaking its designs, it was scrapping them. That's right. The entire lineup strategy got thrown back to the drawing board. The first casualty, the Galaxy S26 Edge. It was supposed to be Samsung's sleek, feather light comeback to thin and stylish phones. Early reports claimed it would weigh less than any Galaxy ever made, practically disappearing in your hand. But the dream didn't last long. Insiders now say the Edge has been shelved indefinitely. Why? Because consumers, it turns out, don't want pretty. They want power. Battery life, thermals, and comfort won over minimalism. Samsung learned that lesson the hard way with the S25 Edge's disappointing sales, and that's why the Edge name is once again vanishing from the map. But don't get too comfortable because the surprises don't stop there. For the first time in years, Samsung's launch calendar is being rewritten. Normally, Galaxy flagships hit the market by mid-January, but this time things are slipping, and not by days or weeks, we're talking months. Multiple industry sources claim mass production for the Galaxy S26 Plus won't even begin until January, meaning the grand reveal might not happen until March 2026. That would be one of the latest flagship launches in Samsung's modern history. Now, delays like this don't happen for small reasons. This kind of move usually signals deep internal changes, new models being reintroduced, testing pipelines being rewritten, or entire manufacturing schedules being rebuilt. And that's exactly what's happening. Remember how rumors once suggested Samsung was planning to rename the regular model as the Galaxy S26 Pro? Well, that plan's gone too. The idea was to give the base phone a premium label to boost sales, but it backfired during testing phases. Why call it Pro when it doesn't offer any true Pro-level features? So now, the Pro experiment is officially over, and the simple Galaxy S26 name is back. It's a return to clean branding, no gimmicks, no unnecessary fluff. But just when everyone thought the Plus model was being cut, Samsung pulled another twist. The Galaxy S26 Plus is back, and this comeback is actually one of the biggest reasons behind the delay. Since the Plus was initially canceled to make room for the Edge, Samsung had to restart the entire production line from scratch. That means retooling factories, updating molds, and coordinating new suppliers, all just months before launch season. It's a logistical nightmare, but it also shows Samsung's flexibility. The company is willing to pause, pivot, and relaunch a product mid-cycle just to get things right. Now here's where things start heating up. The Ultra. The crown jewel. The one model Samsung refuses to compromise on. If leaks are to be believed, the Galaxy S26 Ultra is shaping up to be Samsung's most polished flagship yet. Early renders show slightly rounder corners for better grip, a redesigned camera layout with a sleeker pill style module, and materials that feel even more premium, possibly a mix of titanium and new reinforced glass that's rumored to be 40% tougher than last year's. It's the kind of phone that feels like a tank but looks like a piece of art. And speaking of the camera, Samsung might be keeping the triple lens design, but the real story lies beneath the glass. There's talk of a new periscope lens with faster focusing speeds, powered by an upgraded AI imaging engine that can recognize not just objects, but lighting conditions in real time. Imagine your phone adjusting its exposure for golden hour before you even lift it. That's the kind of predictive tech Samsung's chasing right now. But the biggest curveball might be magnetic charging. That's right, leaks from accessory makers hint at a circular magnetic coil on the back, designed for Qi2 wireless charging. It's a quiet but massive shift. For years, Samsung avoided MagSafe style systems because of one thing: the S Pen. Magnets interfered with its sensitivity, but now the company seems to have cracked the code, possibly by redesigning the S Pen's internal layout to coexist with magnetic coils. If that's true, we could be looking at the first Galaxy Ultra that supports true magnetic wireless charging and the S Pen. That's a big deal. And that brings up a fascinating question. Is Samsung finally building its own accessory ecosystem to rival Apple's? Because once you add magnets, you open the door for Snap on chargers, wallets, stands, and all kinds of modular gadgets. Samsung's already experimenting with ecosystem devices under Galaxy AI branding, and this might just be the missing link that ties it all together. But the changes aren't just skin deep. Under the hood, the S26 lineup will likely split between Snapdragon 8 Gen 4 for Galaxy in North America and Samsung's own Exynos 2600 for other regions. Both chips are built on cutting-edge 3nm tech, faster, cooler, and more efficient. Combine that with a rumored 40% display power reduction, and you're looking at real-world battery gains even without bigger cells. Now let's talk display, because Samsung might be about to set a new standard. The S26 Ultra is reportedly getting the brightest screen ever made for a smartphone, about 35% brighter than the S25 Ultra. But it's not just about raw nits. Samsung's tuning the panel to show richer contrast in sunlight and deeper blacks indoors. A kind of adaptive brilliance that feels alive. And with the new anti-glare coating they've been testing, reflections might finally become a thing of the past. Meanwhile, competitors are chasing ultra, thin bezels, and microscopic camera cutouts. Impressive, sure, but Samsung's clearly choosing refinement over flashiness this time. The company's not racing to be the thinnest or the first. It's aiming to be the best feeling. The kind of phone that disappears in your hand, not because it's light, but because it's perfectly balanced. That subtle confidence, that restraint, that's classic Samsung. It's almost poetic, really. 10 years ago, Samsung was known for pushing boundaries, curved screens, modular designs, glass backs. But now it's mastering the art of refinement. Every model, every material, every feature seems to be chosen with precision instead of hype. And maybe that's the biggest story of the S26 series. It's not about revolution anymore. It's about evolution done right. Still, the lineup story isn't over. There are whispers about hidden prototypes. One with an invisible under-display selfie camera, another with an all-new sensor layout. Whether those make it to production or not, it's clear Samsung's testing everything behind the scenes. Because for 2026, the company doesn't just want to launch new phones. It wants to reset expectations. So when the Galaxy S26 finally hits the stage, it might not blow minds with shock value, but it will impress with how everything feels so complete. No gimmicks, no filler, just Samsung refining its identity into something unmistakably confident. And in a world where every brand's chasing headlines, that quiet confidence might just be the boldest move of all.